Now we have a roadmap, guys. We have a roadmap. So you guys been wondering to review the roadmap with me, right? So I'm going to review it with you guys here. So it might be a bad review for you guys, but I'm not gonna read most of these stuff. It says advanced class release. I think in this section that said they're gonna release one class per 2 months, and they're releasing Arcanist. So we'll talk about that in a bit, okay? So my opinion on releasing one class per 2 months. To me, it might be a little slow. Maybe one class per month sounds better because they already have the class. I don't know what the delay is. Their argument is they release a new class, you make the game exciting, you bring events and all this stuff. That's like the argument that they have. Respectable, but it feels like the difference between the Korean server and the NA server, it might only just cause stress. Why? Is because when people like me stream the Korean version of the game, people are not stupid. They come and look at the stream and they go, oh, what class is that? What class is that? And what happens is they get a little bit of jealousy on that. And NA should release something that is like, releasing a class is not gonna make it exciting, at least to me, because it just goes like, oh, finally. People are gonna be like, oh, finally, kind of stuff. So in my argument, one class per 2 months seems a little bit slow, but it's fine. At least they're trying something. So you guys are getting Vykas in June. That is super fast. My thought of the Vykas release should be, it would make sense if it's late June instead of mid-June. It's actually super fast because you guys are playing Valtan in the 3rd week. And usually if you want all of Valtan's gear, you have to run it at least 4 to 5 weeks if you're running it normal only. So it wouldn't be fair. It would be too overwhelming to me. I'm worried that like people will be too overwhelmed. Obviously the whales and obviously the guy who are playing hardcore are already at eye level of like 1460 plus maybe. I'm actually curious, my chat, like what their eye level is, right? Can you type what your eye level is? I can just see. See, you have 1450, 1445, 1460. So we have 1457. We have 1480, right? So 1460, etc. Right? So it really feels like people are already at 1460. I want to say something about Vykas though. So in my progression video, I have said Vykas is good enough for 4 3s and a 1 for engraving. Let's take a look real quick. Yeah, Vykas 3 and a 3-1, right? 3-1 for 1430. I think I said Vykas hard long-term goal. Full range gear set plus 18 is 1460. 5 level 3 engraving. 75 diamond nodes. All gems level 7. Tripods level 4 on major skills. My worry about Vykas is actually a lot harder than you think. Vykas hard because if you are on item level, you die in 1 hit most of the time. In Vykas hard. Vykas hard is when it becomes really hard. But my suggestion is if you're 1460 eye level, I think 5-3 is pretty required. Gems are like level 7, it's great, but maybe you can have it as 5 as well. But I think you can't have the full relic set because of Vykas gives you the rest, right? So if you don't have a full relic set and on item level, I don't know if you guys can clear it. So I'd rather play normal to get used to the patterns and then do hard. Obviously, the guys that are listening to this video might be mechanically better. I wasn't a very good player back then, mechanically. The reason why I play better is because I just played a very long time. But I didn't really have the talent back then. Maybe you guys can beat it on item level, but on item level does hurt. When you get hit by Valtan, in phase 1 of Valtan, he jumps and then he smashes down. You get hit. That's a special pattern and then you die in 1 hit, right? So basically that thing is a normal pattern for Vykas. The Vykas' first gate boss is called Morphe, and his kick, his roundhouse kick is a normal pattern, but usually you die in 1 hit. Usually. Either you die in 1 hit or you lose like 90% of your HP. But I died in 1 hit every time. And the patterns are a lot harder to dodge, and he moves a lot more. This is why Vykas is like a Legion raid, where everything becomes a little bit tougher because she is smaller, she moves around everywhere, she teleports. Her attacks are shotgun, by the way. Like, she shoots like, you know, if you guys play League of Legends, you know Xayah, right? She does a little Xayah attack. If you're right in front of you, you die 100% of the time because you get hit, you get stacked hit. So it tilts you a lot. So yeah, that's, I mean, obviously I will make a guide for you guys, for Vykas. All 3 gates. Separate videos. And till to this day in Korea server, people still get stuck. So you see this here? This is 3rd gate. People are stuck at 3rd gate. They couldn't clear it. So this is a game where you actually get stuck and then you can't clear it for the week. So whoever's you know, get excited for difficulty, you guys should get excited. It's difficult. It's difficult. It only gets harder from here. It only gets harder from here. The only way is up. Nothing gets easier. Yeah, then that's like my comment on the Legion raid for Vykas. Guardian raid, Kungelanium. This guy is a ice turtle. As long as you're okay with the mechanic, like, he is super easy. He just has 1 white mechanic, that's it. This is where you actually spend your battle items all the time. So what is actually smarter for you is to not kill this guy, but just kill Descaluda instead, because he is so much more comfortable. So I just killed Descaluda all day instead of this stupid ice turtle. Thronespire. Oh, you guys are getting Thronespire. Nice. So what Thronespire is, let me show it to you. Look at this mats. They give you mats, more mats, more mats. Look at this big pouch, 15. They give you 2 legendary selecting engravement book. This is per roster. This is per roster. However, can you clear 22? And they say 50, right? They say 50 here. 25 floors. No one does 50, by the way. This is just stupid stuff. Just do it up to 25. All you need to do is you go and then you just go to the end in 6 minutes. So you got all these stuff, so you gather them all up, go boss, and you can pot here too. So if you get 4 gates, you go up and then you fight the boss. This is solo. You can't do it. You can't do it with a team. So supports are gonna have a lot of problems. So you just kill them, and then you finish. If you finish it, you know, you get the record, and whichever the time was. Obviously, it's faster because I got stronger, right? So supports have a huge problem with this, but there are videos out there. I don't know the exact guide for it, but there were some guides out there on YouTube. But how I did it was I just did it a little later because, like, you know what? I'm just gonna do it later. You know, I'm gonna get it anyway, right? I'm just gonna increase my eye level a little more, or I'm just gonna get my relic set, or I'm just gonna get my engravings. I'll just do it later. So don't FOMO. Like, my opinion is this reward's not going anywhere. So don't FOMO. You know, I guess the guys who get this can sell it immediately and get the gold back, but it's always there. It's waiting for you. So do it as you go. Do it as you progress. Because it will just give you a little bit of materials along the way too. New store cosmetic, Yaz's jar. They made it. I already recognize a mistake here. This is a summoner's rare avatar. Why do they have this? Are they releasing a summoner? It shows that they don't know the game enough. And Reaper too. Yeah, you're right. This is pretty rude if you ask me. Because what if a sorceress main looks at this? Oh wow, it's a really cool avatar. But it's not a sorceress avatar. Yaz's jar's new consumable that are arriving in the game, where you can use the cloth, which can be used in a jar to roll new skin. Let me show you how this works. So how it works is, you have a thing called a Yaz's jar over here. And you can buy a package, I think. Hold up. I'm not gonna open 10 jars, but I will buy 10 jars because if you buy 10, you get 1 for free, 10%. I don't want to buy 1 jar. I want to buy 10. I want to save 1. This is the Yaz's jar. So you can go to Artist, you can Berserker, Destroyer. There are videos out there that covers all the avatars. But what's the important thing is you just roll for it. You just basically roll for it. It's 14 cloths per roll. And you have a chance to get any of these skins. Any of these skins. But rare avatar is like 10%. It's 10% chance. People will roll for this and sell it on the market as well. This is the Gunslinger avatar. It's 37k. 37k gold. They're selling it, and then you can see it by weapons, hats, etc. Right? Basically, a rare avatar is 2% instead of 1% on stat. So it gives you just a little bit more stat, but it's not like almost pay to win. You know what I mean? But you get that tiny bit of stat. Because people are going to be flipping out. They go like 1%, 2%. It's twice as more, man. But it's 1% from when you're at super high level. I'm at like 204k dexterity. 1% of that is a little bit higher than you guys. I'm pretty sure you guys have maybe around 70k or something like that. Is you have the jar, and then you have the cloth. You press the button, and then you do it. See if you get a rare avatar or not. Usually you get a purple. Now you get a purple. You're very angry. What you can do with the purple is you can resell it. So you search for it. They resell these purples for 5k gold. But what you can also do is you can dismantle avatars, and then you get about 7 cloths. Oh, it's 10 cloth? Okay, nice. Thank you. That plus you get this thing called Yaz's package. You get 3 jars, and then you get 28 cloths. So this is actually really funny, where you buy 3 pots, and then they give you 28 cloths, right? How does that work? You use 14 cloths to roll twice, and then you can dismantle those 2 to roll 1 more. So essentially, you can either get 30k gold or 5k gold. So it's a gacha. It's a gacha. So I don't know. The fact that they released this, people might be angry. People might be angry that it's gonna be gamble. You know. Does dismantling rapport avatar give the cloth? Nope. Just premium avatars. So yeah, there's no pity. How do you get the cloth? So I explained it before. You dismantle these avatars to get the cloth. 7 cloths each. So if I dismantle 2, I get to roll 1 more. Cool. So that's Yaz's jar. Now we have the new mage advanced class. You gotta call it Arcanist. We call it Arcana. I have a preview video for Arcana, so you can take a look. But long story short, I don't recommend this class to you guys. Why? It's actually really hard. So as long as there are some Arcana players out there that wants to play Arcana, it looks cool, it's Gamba, you know, it looks like Twisted Fate, etc. But the reason why I do not recommend this class is actually really hard. So if I tell you a little bit of story, I had a bunch of friends who started with me. About 3 of them, they all started Arcana because they thought Arcana was cool. They all quit because the game was too hard. So if I tell you exactly how she works in like 3 seconds. So you have the yellow skill, you have the blue skill, the red skill. Yellow skill gives you the identity bar to get a card, right? And all these cards do different things. They can like give you like mana, etc., whatever. Guarantee crit, right? Guarantee crit, each and stuff, and then draw 2 new cards. Pot of Greed, right? All that stuff. Attack speed, etc. And the blue card, what blue card does is it stacks the monster. So if you stack them 4 times, he turns purple. And if you turn purple, you use the red skills to blow up that stack to do additional damage, like that. Right? So the goal is you stack the skill and then you pop it with red. This is why it's a little bit harder, because she's a setup class. So think about this though. If you go like this against Valtan, and what if Valtan jumps away? Your damage is in shambles. It's a very unique gameplay. That's why it's hard. And she's squishy at the same time. I'm just warning you guys. If you want to play Arcana, you can. Expect a challenge. And don't invest too much into it. Because if you invest too much into it, you're just going to hate the game. Well, we have a lot of friends that play Arcana. You have Saint that plays Arcana as a side. Oh, maybe you can take a look how it works. That covers Arcana. I don't want to go too much in detail. If you guys are interested, there's going to be a class guide later on. but I have the preview video, and that explains basically the basic stuff. And there's enough people out there that can play better Arcana and stuff like that. But that's the basics. Let's go to the next topic. Valtan Legion Raid Infernal difficulty. I am not going to talk about Infernal difficulty. This is the Hell Mode Valtan. Hell Mode Valtan is completely different. So it has this thing called Book of Scale of Balance and Book of Coordination. At Book of Coordination, what it does, you get to choose gems, you get to choose skills, you get to choose tripods to your liking, and you get to choose combat stats to your liking by 1,000 points. Oh, sorry, this one. 2,200 points right here. So you get to choose a build that to your liking, straight up. And then you get to choose engravings as well, any engraving, level 3. So you go something like Grudge, Curse Stall, right? And then you get to choose your skills. You get to choose your gems too. This is a newer one. I don't know if you guys get into the newer one. I'm pretty sure you guys are going to get the newer build for Hell Mode. It's a level 8 gem. Everything's level 8. What the difference is, you have this balance. You get to bring a build to with your choice, and then you go do Hell Mode. So basically, they give you everything. So it's pure skill and a bunch of pots. Yeah, you gotta use a bunch of battle potions too. So whoever is looking into a real challenge on the raid, you can actually try Hell Mode. Hell Mode is very, very, very hard. Yeah, you just die in a couple hits. But, you know, clearing Hell Mode doesn't really give you anything other than a title, and they give you a statue. So if you beat Hell Mode Valtan, they give you something like a Valtan statue over here. And if you beat Hell Mode Vykas, they give you a Vykas statue. And same for Kakul Seidon as well. Saint has it. Saint has all 3 of them because he beat all 3. So if you look at here, for Hell Mode, in my opinion, you guys should try it, but like don't be too serious on it, because I think I would just focus on the slower content and all that stuff. So, but if you have like a guild that wanted to do the first clear for Hell, definitely trying out is pretty good. Challenge Abyssal Dungeons. Next topic. This is the one we talked about yesterday. Challenge Abyssals. You get card packs. You get card packs and card experiences, and they give you materials as well. This is once per roster, and this is equalized. This is equalized content, okay? As in, you have lower stats. So it might be just a little bit harder, and then you gotta know the mechanics and stuff. But these are all the older dungeons rotating. So right now, this is the Rohendel dungeons. But later on, what's going to happen is it's gonna rotate from the tier 1, and then Rohendel dungeons, and then Yon dungeons. These 3. It's gonna rotate from these 3. But the problem is, here, what's really cool about this dungeon is you finish, you have a chance to get a legendary pack as well. Get any of these packs, and it goes up to purple card packs. So in the beginning, you kind of open this one for Mocha Mocha, right? Or you can get the Magnet card from here too. This is where you can actually work on your We'll Meet Again set, yeah? And some of these other set of cards as well. So from here, you can start working on your card sets. At the same time, when you finish this dungeon, you also get the auction reward. And the auction reward has a chance for another regular pack and 2 packs, legendary pack, and a legendary selection pack. You can actually auction legendary selection pack. You have a low chance to get it. I've seen it 4 times total the whole time. And I bought it every time for 32k gold-ish. So if you just run this, if you get a legendary selection pack, you gotta get a shit ton of gold or the selection packs, because the whales are gonna fight for it. So this is a good gamba, as in like this is a good thing that you kind of look into, and then you play, and then you get a legendary selection pack, and then you'll be like, oh shit, you know, like you can either go for it or not. It's not tradable, by the way. You auction it, guys. You don't trade legendary selection packs. It comes out in the auction, the end of the dungeon raid auction. So my suggestion is, if you guys are lazy, I would always do Challenge Abyss dungeons for that legendary selection pack, because even if you can't buy it, the whales are gonna fight for it, and then you guys gonna get a hefty amount of gold. Do you know how statics deal with it? I never go with my static. I always queue, and people queue for the same reason, because you want it. You want the selection packs. With that being said, that covers the Abyssal dungeons. That's cool. It covers everything. Yes, I mean, I think these updates are great. It is exactly what you guys need. And after this update, you guys will have most of the stuff that Koreans already have, since the QOL stuff is already there. Now you guys are just waiting for Cuckoo and Broshasa, and then you guys will be caught up. And I'm pretty sure you guys are excited about it too. I mean, I'll make a video about it, so no worries. And with that being said, this concludes the video, guys. And later on, if there's anything comes out in detail, I will make an additional video for that, okay? So, as always, thanks guys. Say bye to YouTube, guys. Bye.